Christian A wrote, you know, I use Cubon as a super glue, and I use it on metal, and I use it on plastic, and it uses nanotechnology. Maybe you could do a review. I think that your viewers would like to see it. Hi everybody, I'm Leah of seejanedrill, and I just got to say this to you. If this is your first time here, I just want to say welcome. This is a home improvement channel where beginners are welcome as well. Now, I read Christian A's comment, and he talked about a product called Cubon. And I got to tell you this, Chris, I'm like everybody else. When I hear about a really cool product, I just got to go out and buy it and give it a shot. So I went out and I bought Cubon, and we're going to put it to the test. Okay, so let's take a look at Cubon. Okay, so there we go. 2 boxes of Cubon. They had a special 2 for 1 for $19.99. It says it repairs almost anything, rock hard in 10 seconds, ultra strong adhesive and reinforcing powder. So this is really interesting. It says this Cubon can be used just as an adhesive or with the reinforcing powders that will help you to repair almost anything. Now, the black powder is good for hard plastic, remote controls, lugs, clips, tabs, motorcycle fairings, bumpers, radiators, distributor caps, and a lot more. Now, the gray powder here, it says it's good for metal surfaces, for motorcycle casings, carburetors, aluminum, office equipment, petrol, and it's petrol and oil resistant. Now it says it's heat resistant to 356 Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius. And what I will tell you is that's pretty good. But it also says to me you wouldn't want to place a repair really, really close to a hot engine. So let's see what we have here. We've got the adhesive, the Cubon itself. Oh, actually, they give you 2 tubes. That's good. And this is the gray powder. This is the black powder. They give you a little instruction booklet, and those are pins. And I'm going to assume that the pins are to open the bottles. Now, I always suggest that you read these. I do. I just think it's always a good idea. So let's take the cap off. It says I'm supposed to puncture it. Okay, so it's punctured with a pin, and I'm just going to put this on for a second, and I'm going to move this out of the way, because what we're going to do is we're going to try the gray. We're going to try this on metal and see how it works. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put this to the test on a piece of metal first. I've drilled a hole through a piece of steel. We're going to take our Cubon adhesive, and we're going to use our Cubon filling and reinforcing gray powder. You need to place some backing there. So we're going to use a piece of masking tape, and we're going to sprinkle some in that hole. Now, they say you have to do it in layers. So we're going to put a few drops in there and saturate it. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to put some on top of that. Let's put this stuff on. And let's give it 10 seconds. So let's see, because it's been probably about 15 seconds, okay? That's pretty hard. Wow! That's set up really quick. Now I'm going to take the tape off the back. Let me flip this over so we can just take a good look. Well, you see the powder came through. I guess I didn't do a good job of saturating it. And then we'll saturate that. Let's just file this down. I gotta tell you, this stuff is amazing. It's hard as a rock. Hard as a rock, and it was hard enough to file. Now, this is a vacuum cleaner belt, and one of the things I always do is I always read the comments that people leave on Amazon about a product. And I gotta tell you, one of the things that people said, folks that were mechanics and worked on cars and motorcycles, said, this product is excellent at repairing belts. So what I have here is a vacuum cleaner belt. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this thing in half, okay? We're going to snip it right like that. And I'm going to take a little bit of this adhesive, and I got to be really, really careful because I don't want to glue my fingers to the rubber, and I've already had my morning coffee, so I may be a little shaky. So let me put, there we go. It right here. You only have to put it on one side, and they say do your best to line it up perfectly. There we go. Now I'm going to hold it like that for maybe 30 seconds. Now the directions say about 10 seconds, but I did it for about 30. Now you should be able to put a lot of pressure on this. I should be able to pull it. So let's find out, okay? Here we go. So let's try twisting it. Bending it. Wow. Let's get a bit, one more pull. Okay, I'm somebody that really believes in testing a product. I mean, really testing it. Now, what you're looking at is a disc and belt sander, all right? And this is a V-belt, and it's broken. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our Q-bond to repair the belt. I'm going to put it back on the belt and disc sander and turn it on. Now, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but let's give it a shot. Okay, so that's sounding pretty good, but let's put a load on it. So I'm going to put it on the pulley, and we're going to turn the machine on. Oh, wow, it didn't work. So that's it, folks, and I want to thank Christian for bringing Q-bond to my attention. And I got to tell you, I was not disappointed. I was very impressed with the metal repair. It set up in 10 seconds. And I think the thing that impressed me the most was the fact that it was able to take a file and file it smooth just shortly after that repair. And then the other thing that got me was the rubber, that rubber belt for the vacuum cleaner. I gotta tell you, I gave that thing a good tug. You saw, and it did not budge, not 1 inch. But you know, all products, nothing is a fix-all for everything. And Q-bond, well, it had its limits. And the V-belt for the sander, oh well. But in all fairness to the manufacturer, I read the directions, and it clearly states that Q-bond is not effective on materials that contain polyethylene. And for all I know, that V-belt could have had polyethylene in it. Now, the other thing I want to say is this. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. Now, if anybody at home has a product that they want me to check out, I love to check out new products and new tools. So give me a shout, because I might make a video. This is Leah saying you can do this. See you next time.